Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Behind the Group podcast. I am DJ Keo.
And I am Basil Barrington, and we are back with another review. Today, we're going to review the first 3 episodes of Hijack. Now, this is an Apple original series. Thus far, IMDb gave it a 7.4. And what do you think about this flick, man? I'm trying to like it, but I'm not sure what to think about this. What do you think?
Yeah, like visually, it looks good. Like it's filmed like a movie. Like the quality's high,
Yeah,
and yeah, I'm a big fan of Idris.
big fan.
So like it's good. It's good and generic at the same. I think that's the word I wanted to use. Generic.
Yeah.
It doesn't like the hijackers, people who took over the plane. They're not threatening at all. They just seem like loudmouths who are incompetent. Like, how do you not know that every time you go over a country, you got to call it air traffic control, and they're in constant contact with the pilot? How'd you not know that?
Yeah.
Like, it seems like they're baffled by certain stuff. Like, if you're gonna do a plane like something like this is a huge undertaking. You should have a lot of contingencies and should have a really good understanding about everything about the plane, how that works, who the people were on board, because they knew they have all this background information about the pilot, but they don't know anything about flying a plane. At least
None.
understand like the basics of if the plane goes off course, what does that mean to the air traffic control? Like the basic stuff. Like
Yeah.
what I'm saying, like it kind of it seems like they're fairly incompetent hijackers.
Bumbling
They're
hijackers.
really really incompetent.
You know, I'm
It's
like,
like like
what's
oh,
up?
go ahead, go ahead.
I was
No,
gonna say
I'm like, their
what?
motivation is not clear. Like you don't know what they're doing or who's in charge or what's happening here.
Yeah, it feels like that they are not. You know, this is not their thing. They're doing it for someone, for
Yeah,
an
they're doing it for
organization.
somebody.
Yeah.
So who's that person? Like you're running out of shows. So you only got a couple more shows left.
Yeah. Because
This is the
he
kind of
did
stuff you introduced in the beginning.
he
Like this
did
is what's
call
happening. We're
he
gonna
did
take
call
over.
his contact and no one answered. He left a voicemail.
Yeah. And the other thing that is not clear is who else is helping them. Because you had that one guy that missed the gate who brought all the guns on the plane in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
And he seems like he's oblivious. I don't know if he's working with them or not. He doesn't seem like he's in it. So like I don't understand like who else is on the plane as part of the squad who's helping these guys. That's not clear.
What about that woman who was checking bags at the gate and then she got a call
Yeah.
and she wasn't she helping them because I think she looked at something that
Yeah,
was in
she
a
was.
bag. Yeah, okay.
She
Yeah.
she's the one that looked away when she got the bag through the thing. Because
Right.
I'm assuming they had like her family held hostage or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like she knew about it in advance. It's obvious that she was in on it in advance, and they're eliminating loose edges or whatever,
Yeah.
loose endings. But like I'm mad for my boy Habibi over there, that guy who went to the apartment. Like, yo, where's your sixth senses?
He was like,
You
I'll
walking
go
up,
upstairs.
yeah, the door's open. You see two guys cleaning. The first thing you do is like, oh, wrong door. Call the police. That's the first thing you do. Oh, my bad. Sorry, wrong door.
Mm-hmm.
I meant to go to apartment 5A or whatever. This guy's walking around like, bro,
No.
how do you seem like you're intelligent enough to notice there's something wrong with the plane. You're smart enough to figure out like, oh, this girl's in on her. I had to check on her. And then you just walk in the door. You see two random guys cleaning. They got the full suits on.
And they look
Those
weird.
guys vacuuming. Yeah, they look extra weird.
Mm-hmm.
And they go like, oh, we're moving. You're like, okay, let me go upstairs and talk. Like, what? Like,
yeah.
How dumb are you? Like, he's naive, man.
It's like, first of all, like I'm not going into the situation, without a hammer. I need a hammer. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
it's like, and then you go upstairs hammerless. He has no hammer, right?
No hammer.
He goes upstairs hammerless and he gets like, one tap to the head. And I'm just like, well, what can you expect? You're walking into this house, I mean, and the other thing is these people aren't even native. They're like totally from a different country. You didn't figure that out? Like, dude, this is kind of weird here. Why are you here?
The second you see the full jumpsuit on and say we're cleaning, I'm like, wrong door. Sorry, my
Like, oh,
bad.
I'm
I
sorry.
ain't see
I'm
nothing.
sorry, sir.
Right? It's like,
Yeah.
yep, sorry, bro.
Call the
You
authorities.
guys
See
enjoy
what's
your
up.
cleaning. I'm gonna go downstairs. I'll run immediately downstairs in my sandals and get back in my Mazda and get out of there. Bro, I
Yeah.
don't know what he was doing. That's so obvious that that's a setup. Immediately I saw it. I was like, oh, that's not good.
So, do you want to give a brief overview of what the show is about thus far? 3 episodes in.
3 episodes. Idris is trying to fly back for what was it? Is it Emirates? Yeah, they're like United Emirates. They're flying back. He's flying back to London to see his ex-wife,
Try to
who's
link
clearly
back
moved
up.
on from him.
Yeah, clear.
She told him don't come, and he's like, "Yo, I'm gonna buy you some earrings and let's go work this out." Like, nah, son, it's
I
over,
mean,
bro.
he
Just take your
called
L
up.
and move on.
He called up when the boyfriend was in the bed. I was like, oh my goodness,
Bro,
this is a
like
totally different movie.
This is not like it just happened yesterday. This seems
Yeah.
like it's a long thing going on thing. You know, bring some earrings and get back with your wife. Get out of here,
No.
man.
Mm-mm.
That was dumb.
That
So
is
he's
crazy.
flying back to his wife, and you know, there's was it 5 people like took
5.
over the plane.
Mhm. Yeah.
I think it's about 5 people took over the plane. So he's his family introduces him as this negotiator for large contracts with companies or whatever. But he looks like he has more skills. Maybe we don't know yet. We'll find out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's basically the bulk of it right now. There's no the problem is that there's no more information.
Yeah.
Some people took over the plane. They're incompetent. That's all that we know.
That's it.
That's all we have here. That's it. There's no, like no backstory of all these guys are from whatever. They got together from whatever clan. Used to be in the army. They're ex MI5. Well, like something. There's nothing.
Yeah.
There's just, some guys took over plane for 3 episodes, and he's trying to figure out what to do. That's basically the movie, right? The show right now.
And
That's
only one, after they did the background check, only one has a criminal record. The other 4 are ghosts. They're not even in the system.
Yeah.
At all.
So another thing that I noticed is like they handle guns terribly.
Yeah.
Because like this guy is like the lead guy. He's gonna hit somebody over the head, but his hand's on the trigger. You can't do that.
Yeah.
Your force of hitting the guy in the head is gonna shoot a bullet in the ceiling of the airplane.
Yeah.
That would be a bad day for everybody.
It's insane,
Like,
man.
They're terrible. So like they don't look like they're real criminals or they know how to handle anything, which probably makes sense why they got blanks in the first place. Because like none of this makes any sense. There's not one person there seems like they know how to handle guns. Nobody seems like they know how to do crowd control. Like they're just fighting people. Like the guy in the fight with the other guy, the Arabic guy that I think his uncle or his father, whatever. He needs insulin.
Yeah.
Like just let him take the insulin shot. The problem solved. You guys will fight for nothing.
Exactly.
Bro. Just like, yo, I'll do it for you. Let me get the needle. I'll do it for you, bro. Done. Or get one of the other people help you. But like, that's a silly thing to escalate for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
And like that, I feel like the show hasn't given people good motivations yet. Like, it's not clear what the hijackers are doing. It's not clear what Aegis is doing. It's not clear what the pilot's game plan is. Like, nothing's clear. We're 3 shows in and nothing's clear from my perspective.
Yeah, that is true. But you know what? I will say this. It is watchable. I mean, I started,
it's a decent show.
episode 1, and I was like, oh, I want to watch episode 2. Oh, I want to watch episode 3. So it is watchable. Let me speak about the elephant in the room, though. Mm-hmm. This was completely wild. Okay. So the pilot.
Okay.
The pilot, first of all, is having an affair with one of the stewardess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the hijackers come. They want to get into the cockpit. Dude, they can't do anything if they are not in the cockpit.
Anything.
Nothing.
Anything. And these guys are trained to ignore all the noise and land the plane and let's sort out there.
Exactly.
Because they just left. It wasn't like they were gone for 20 hours or they literally just left. Turn the plane around, land the plane.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So this guy realized, the terrorist or the hijackers realized that, the pilot was having, an affair with this person. Bring the person, like, listen, open the cockpit door or, I'm going to kill this woman, right? Oh boy, the pilot beats the crap out the co-pilot.
I'm
with the
watching like, what's
coffee, like
happening
it
right
was a
now?
coffee sort of like insulated cup or something. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, that was wild. That was super wild. That guy's not endearing. I'm not rooting for him. I don't care what happens to that guy after they land the plane. Who cares about him?
Yeah.
But I'm like, okay, you're having an affair with this girl, right? That's against clearly against company policy, right? But I'm like, dude, you being in control of the plane is more important than your girlfriend out there. I'm sorry to be that cold and blunt, but like real talk, that's way more important
Yeah.
because they can't do anything without getting into the cockpit. They can't
Yeah.
do anything.
Yeah.
They can shoot everybody on the plane. They can beat everybody up. They're relevant if they can't get into the cockpit. And if that guy lands that plane, an
It's
emergency
over.
landing, they're screwed. It's
Yeah.
over.
So
ATF, whatever, the Abu Dhabi police force can jump there, the rocket launchers and
special
sandals and
ops,
beat the crap out of you.
snipers, the whole
Right?
nine. Clearly, the pilot was thinking with the wrong head, because
Yes.
he was just like, oh, but I love her, yada, yada, yada. You let these idiots in.
Come on, bro.
That started the whole
Come on,
show. It was just like, okay, so now they have control of the plane, even though they don't know how to fly it, which is weird.
They don't have control over the plane.
Yeah.
They're basically the doors open. That's all they have now at this point. There's no
Yes.
control over their plane. They
It's
don't know what they're
insane.
doing. This is what I'm saying. Like, it's frustrating because the show is good. Like the writing is decent.
Mhm.
The acting is very good. Everything's believable. Minus the hijacker's not scary, but like everything else is semi believable, at least for the most part. I like all the people, all the bit players, everybody acting, but like it's just it's not there. It feels like the execution is slightly off. Like, you got to get bad guys, and you got to get bad guys that are believable. Like, maybe you gotta give them some tattoos, like some sleeves. I don't know, like something. Shave their head, like something. They need something to make them semi scary.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about any of these guys at all. Everybody looks washed up except for the black guy who can speak Arabic. That's the only guy that looks like he can do something.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about the female hijacker. I'm not worried about the old hijacker. I'm not worried about the leader guy. Like, I'm not worried about none of them. In a one-on-one fight, all those guys can be dealt with easily.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like they could the passengers could just take them if they felt like it at any moment.
You mean like the new they sound like they were New Yorkers, the two old guys who were New Yorkers, and they were like, man, let's do this. They pulled stuff off the chair.
He put golf balls in the sock. Like come on, bro. Like,
where did you get golf balls first and foremost?
It's so there's so many things wrong with
so
that.
they went and the thing about it is when they attacked the hijacker, that was the point. That was the point when everyone should have just stepped in, started like crowding the hijackers. Boom, it would have been over.
Here?
But
Yes. The other thing is that I thought it was funny, and I don't know if it's because it's a British production or what, but they made the Americans yokels, right? They're idiots.
Exactly.
Like that has not been my experience with America. That people worried about America, those guys, they will get things done, all right?
Yeah.
Let's be real here.
He was like, man, we're doing it. Regardless
done.
of what you guys say, we're doing it. We're going to put everyone's life into harm's way.
Yeah. That version of America, they would accomplish something, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
These guys accomplished nothing. They're tied up for no reason. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know. That seems silly. That seems silly too. And they just tried to make Americans look like yokels. That's really what it was for. To give you impression, like, look, the tough guys got dealt with, and now they're tied up. Like, all right.
Idris is playing like he's playing
like
dumb.
playing both sides.
He's playing both sides. He's just like, hey, I don't think that. He says he just wants to get home. I don't think that's it. Obviously, he wants to get home. He's on a plane.
He's playing to the hijackers to get them to trust him more, which they don't. So like, all this is pointless because they don't trust him anyway.
Yeah. And then the hijacker who was like, close your eyes because I'm gonna hit you in the head, right? And then I want you to say cheese. I'm like, really? This is. Okay, this is like some, I don't know, maybe it sound like it may have been just like something he wanted him to do so that he can get off or something. I don't know. It's weird.
I was like, yeah, say your name is Toby. That's what that was. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, right.
Say
Like,
cheese.
Kente.
Ain't your mama? You know? Like, come
I don't know.
on.
Like, I looked at that. I'm like, yo, actual hijackers, whoever, bad guys. Let's just say bad guys in bad guys in quotations mark.
Mm-hmm.
They would have let him off. They would have shot somebody already. That's a fact. They would have, they could call it England. They would chef them up. They would stab somebody already. They would have done something.
Yeah.
They haven't done anything threatening to anybody this
Nothing
entire
at all.
episode.
So
I'll be
that's
like,
what I mean.
To
They're
be
not
like
menacing.
crying, like, oh my God, what are they gonna do to us? Like, they haven't done anything to at least have the passengers be like, oh my God, our life's in danger.
Right.
They're just yelling. Like, come on, man.
See, again, if just putting myself in that situation, and it's just like, I'm looking at the guys and I'm like, all they're doing is doing a lot of yelling. They're pointing a gun. They haven't really injured anyone other than the two idiots who tried to, take over or at least overpower the hijackers, So you could tell that they're scared. That's it.
Yeah, they didn't beat them up in front of everybody or whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They didn't do anything to be like, oh my God, this is real.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Here's an example.
We're gonna break all the bones in his hand or something. They would have done something to be like, oh my God, these guys are for real. Even because it makes sense that they wouldn't want to shoot anybody in the airplane because this is a pressurized airplane. Like, that's bad. Having bullets go off of the plane is bad. Okay.
Yeah.
We got that at least. But it would have made more sense that they have some guns and they have knives or something else too.
Yeah.
Because with the guns alone, if you shoot in a pressurized airplane, everybody's going down immediately. You're all gonna die. Like, there's no way this works out for anybody here. So it's not a good tool to show that you're in charge and be scared of us.
Yeah.
And then everyone's walking with their without mask on or anything like this. Like, it's just, I don't know. I feel like I'm cynical because I've seen too many action movies in the 80s. Like, that's what I feel like.
Yeah.
I've seen Passenger 57. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I see too many action movies with Van Damme and, you know what I'm saying? Like, Arnold. Like, I've seen enough that, like, this is not what you do.
No.
This feels forced.
Yeah. Even when the woman was crawling around on the floor trying to find a bullet, and she was like, oh, I'm trying to find my glasses. Like, at that point, as a hijacker, to prove a point, you got to smack some people up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Some people have to get lumped up.
Something.
Because once you lump people up, now the example is set. You do something dumb, you get lumped up.
Mm-hmm.
And
And the thing is, though, like, because we were talking about this offline, like, the hijackers have blanks in their guns, which makes zero sense to me because what you're doing is beyond federal. The thing that you're doing is get shot out the airplane with the F-16s.
That's it.
This is not this is a like I said before, like a mugging and an armed robbery. These are two different levels. We're gonna get 6 months and 10 years. Like, this is what you've done is so egregious. There is no, I'll get a lesser charge because we got blanks. So bringing blanks on it makes zero sense. Just logically. I don't know. Like, so it seems like a dumb way to set this up for these guys. And Aegis' character, he made a good point. He's like, if you're coming on the airplane to go do this thing, why would you bring blanks? You got to show that you mean business. Like, he said it in the TV show. I'm like, I agree with you.
You got to lump people up. You got to lump people up, dude. Come on. You got to lump people up. It's an interesting show. It's something
for sure.
Yeah, it's not something that I would review episodically because it's just
agree.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? I think
I agree.
I think what we can do is release this review.
We can wrap it up.
Yeah.
We'll do a wrap up show.
And then we'll do a wrap up and whatnot because this is and the other thing is this, right? It's only 7 episodes. So I think this is a one-off. I don't think it's a season 2.
Oh no, there's no season 2. He's just busy, man.
It can't
be.
The
time for this.
It can't be a season 2. It's just what are you season 2 in? I mean, is it going to be season 2 with everyone back on a plane? They still haven't gotten rescued? I don't know.
Yeah, it's not. I don't know. It's not a thing that I expect more seasons out of this. You're done. It's like Speed with the bus. There's no
Yeah.
reason for Speed 2 with that on the boat. Like, we're done here.
Right.
The story's
Exactly.
finished. We're good.
Speed 2 on a boat for real. Hijack, 3 episodes, and what are you going to rate this thus far?
Okay. I like Idris. Idris, my man. I like Idris a lot. I give it like a 6 right now. I feel the 6 could go higher if it land the plane properly, metaphorically. If
Pun
they land the
intended.
plane, yeah. If they get a good ending, and Idris is kung fuing people, are like, all right, cool. Or like, there's a good backstory for why they're doing this, and put everything together. Like, okay, all right, we're ready to go up. Right now, I think it's watchable. If you want something to do, it's a weekend, you want to power through a couple shows. It's watchable. It's decent, but the execution is not great. And I feel it's not great because I'm jaded because I love action movies. I know too much about what they would do and what they wouldn't do.
Yeah.
And these villains are not villainous.
No,
They're
not at all.
they're like people that stole too many paper clips at the office and they got in trouble. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not scared of anybody here, right?
No.
Right? You watch a movie, you're like, yo,
Right.
we watched the airplane movie. We talked about this before.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys
They
that were on
scary.
the
They're
airplane,
scary.
I'm like, yo,
Mm-hmm.
you do not want to get caught
I'm
in the
sitting
alley
in
with
my
these
seat
people.
with my hands folded.
Right.
I'm not doing
I'm like,
anything.
yo.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
How can I help
Yes,
you?
sir.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. I'm not. These guys, they all look like they work in the office, like
They're
office
bumbling.
Home Depot
They're
or
complete
something. Yeah,
bumbling.
they don't. I don't feel like they're career criminals. I don't feel like they know what they're doing. They obviously answer to somebody else. I'm
Yeah.
not scared about them for one moment. If I saw them and they tried to hijack a bus I was on, I'd be like, yo, we're good. Everybody chill. We got this.
Yeah.
It's all right. I'll be like, relax. We all right.
Yeah.
These guys, they ain't got the tiger in them. Like,
Yeah.
they're
They're not
not built
about
for this.
they're not about that life.
Right, exactly.
They're not
If I
about
saw
that
these guys
life.
try to take over something, I'm like, nah, we're fine. Don't worry about it. Everybody relax. Everyone's gonna get off at their stop on time. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Like, I wouldn't be worried about anything.
Yeah. I am going to give Hijack 3 episodes and also a 6. I just think that for me right now, it's just it's not ready. I don't know what,
Yeah.
the other episodes are going to look like, but right now it's just not ready. It's interesting. It's definitely something to watch when I have time, but I'm not going to put any effort into watching it either,
Yeah, I agree.
So,
I agree.
I think we'll
It's like,
release
yeah,
this.
all right.
We'll release this 3 episodes in, and then we'll come back and do like a wrap up once the season is done. Because on Friday, Foundation starts. So, we gotta like
Foundation.
really, yeah.
We're doing a lot of Apple TV shows, man, right now.
Yo,
Apple got to put us on the payroll, man.
Yeah,
We're
for
promoting
real.
their stuff.
Like look us up. Put our like podcast #1 on Apple Podcasts or something.
Right, let's go, man.
Let's go, man. Well, there you have it. Thanks for checking out another episode of the Behind the Groove podcast. I am Basil Barrington.
I am DJ Keo.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And until next time, peace.